But normally when, I don't know how the new coach bootcamp, how they normally start it, but typically for my team calls, I like to start off either with like a motivational quote or something just to kind of set the tone. So yesterday I was listening to this YouTube motivational, like 34 minutes of just random motivational stuff. And there was one that literally just really resonated with me. And I think it's so true for coaching, but then also for challengers and just life in general. And I'm going to say it as well as he did. But basically, the point is in life and in the world, there are so many people that say, I should do this. I should lose weight. I should go to church more. I should get my college degree. I should finish what I started. But until you take your should into a must, the likelihood of those things happening and you really staying focused and driven probably aren't going to happen. And it just like, I literally like rewound it. I don't know how many times, just because it was so like, it just impacted me. Because should we do our checklist every single day? Yes. Should we be the product of product? Should we do our personal development? Should we do, drink our Shakeology? Yes. But until it becomes a must in our life, it's so easy for us to find those excuses not to do it. So I just wanted to kind of share that, because I feel like as new coaches, you need to figure out what is your must. Like, what are you going to do every single day to make you take this business to the next level? So anyways, I'm going to kind of get off my soapbox about that. But
very good.
Thanks. But I think kind of what we're going to talk about is just kind of things that really, as a new coach, what you should be focusing on, and then open it up to any questions that y'all may have, and then we'll finish with going over the tracker. So, since I did a little preaching just then, Annie, I don't know if you want to start off with what you feel is most important as, getting your business started, right?
No, what I kind of just encourage my coaches to do is just to make sure you're present every day and not forget, like, people, your social media is your storefront. So when you're nervous about posting things, you can be messaging people all day long, but when they go to your Facebook page or your, whatever social media you want to use, be sure that you're not just MIA there, because people are going to be saying, oh, she messaged me, what's she up to? And they go to your page and it's nothing for months or nothing for weeks, and they think, well, why is she messaging me? I don't even know what she's doing. So just stuff like that, like be present, be out there, and make sure you don't forget to be posting that kind of stuff, just so that people know. And not to where you're salesy and like you have to be like saying, I love my shake, I love this, I love this, but just like letting people follow you and know your journey, and know just like what you're up to and what you're loving about what you're doing these days, and letting people be in the know of what's happening with you. So so that when they go and do their research and figure out what you're up to, they know a little bit more about you than just you reaching out about a challenge group and a message and that kind of stuff. So that's a little piece of advice I usually give everybody.
Yeah, and like piggybacking off of that, having a variety, so that when they go to your Facebook page, it isn't a sweaty selfie and you holding Shakeology and you talking about how awesome you are. But something that Jen on our team really resonated with me is that you are not, something like you should not be the star of your own show. Instead of doing a post, say you did get up on Saturday morning and you worked out, instead of saying, oh, look at me, I did my workout, you say, where are my fellow like weekend warriors, to where people can relate to you. You're a busy mama, so how can you tie that in, that you're still getting your workouts in, and you have this 3-year-old that's climbing on your head, and the 5-year-old that needs you to go wipe their booty in the bathroom, and your 9-year-old that, is like slamming the door because they hate you, or whatever. just showing
Yeah.
you are a real person, but having that variety. So not only variety on your Facebook or social media, but when you're talking to them. Every person, like every single time you reach out to them, it shouldn't be, hey, you're gonna join my group. Hey, did you see my post? Hey, it needs to be, oh my goodness, where did you get that cute Easter outfit? I think Annabelle would love that outfit, or whatever it is, so that way you're connecting to them not only as a Beachbody person, but as a mom too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Share on your social media, my advice is just like sharing your journey, sharing like what you're going through, and adding value to somebody's day. It's not just saying, I got my workout in, yay, I feel great, but like maybe a little motivational quote with it, or what exercise does for you, what it can do for somebody else, like just offering value to people and helping people out. That's kind of what we're all about, is just trying to help others. So if you can provide some value as a coach, like on a personal level, people will feel connected to you and that kind of stuff too. So yeah.
And then definitely do not hesitate if you feel like you are struggling with a post or a picture. You can always hop onto Team VIP and say, hey, what do y'all think of this? Or reach out to your upline or your sister and say, what do you think about this? Because that's what's so amazing about Team VIP is everyone genuinely is there for one another. And there may be like a post that Annie does, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so good. I love it. And then I can steal it, but like tweak it and make it my own. And no one's going to be mad. No one's going to, definitely use your resources. There are tons. I don't know if y'all looked in the file section on Team VIP, but there's tons of information there. There's so many coaches that give, their own spin on things. Don't be afraid to reach out. We'll have tons of no's, but don't take that as a negative. Take that as, okay, thank you for not ignoring me. And now we can open up a conversation, or at least I know that they saw what I'm on their radar. I rather have a no than dead air, personally. Now, I may just be crazy, but just know, don't let that defeat you, because we've all been there, and it's just all about following up with them and reaching back out with them. So we have the tracker, the Power of Threes, and there's tons of different checklists out there, but on there, one section is, reaching out to those people that you have talked to before. So anyways, Annie, I don't know if there's anything else that you...
No, that's pretty much it. Did y'all have questions so far? If you haven't been following along the boot camp and have questions on posting or connecting with people or messaging?
No, I've been messaging. I think it's very helpful that like the templates are there, so that way, if like you're on the road and stuff, it's easy to like copy and paste, and then just go ahead and add, your own spin on it. But for the most part, it's already on there for you, so that's like very, very helpful.
I agree with
I have
that as
quite
well.
a few people that are like interested, but then it's like that, like it's either dead air, or they're just like, okay, well, hold on, or they, they don't say anything for a while, and then you don't want to be there bugging either. So I haven't had anybody purchase yet, but I do have at least 4 that seem like that would be their next step, but I don't know exactly. I mentioned to like 2 of them today that, well, it takes 2 weeks, so we'd probably want to order it, now, so that way it's ready for May and we can get going on it. But that's where I'm at.
Yeah, you'll get lots of people that will be like that. And you just have to like just keep reaching out to them when they stop, saying stuff back. Just keep them on your list to follow up with. And even like after you send the link to purchase, they still may not follow through. There's just some people that you just have to keep following up with and kind of reminding them in a way. But still don't give up on them. I have so many people time after time where, I mean, a year later, this is like a year and a half for me now that I've been doing this. And like a year later, someone will say, okay, I think I'm ready now. Or do you have a challenge group next month? And it's like, where have you been? I've been like trying to reach out to you for so long. So like, don't get frustrated with those people, and don't, I know what you mean by like, you don't want to rush them or be annoying and stuff like that. So sometimes you just have to back off and give them their space. And when they are ready, they'll reach back out to you. Just because some people will follow through right away, and some people just need some time to think about it, or maybe to get some money together. Like, it just all depends on that person. Okay. So I know what you're going through.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Yeah, Vanessa.
So my question is how often are those scripts updated that are on the Google Drive or whatever?
Like the messaging scripts?
Yes.
I don't think that they're, every now and then they might be updated, but they've been up there for a long time.
Just because I feel like I'm sending the scripts, and then like when I follow up, and then like I don't have a second follow-up script. And I know that sounds dumb, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. So like I can do the initial follow-up, you know, like, hey, just wanted to check in. But then it's like, well, where do I go from there? Like I know, and of course I don't want to copy and paste the same thing over and over. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, and I know I can, and I can just do it myself. But I feel like if these are like tried and true, like proven scripts, so for me, I would like to use something. I just wasn't sure like how often these things were going to be updated, or how often new things were added to the Google Drive.
Yeah. As far as scripts go, I mean, I think that's something that doesn't really get updated too much from what have noticed. As far as like other, like when people do like free training groups and things like that, those are things that get updated in there more frequently. But as far as the script goes, I know a lot of times when I will send an invite and then follow up with someone, if I still hear crickets, then that's when I switch to something personal. So that way, like how I was saying, every time they don't hear from me, they're like, it's that workout chick again, which she just a life. And, you know, so then I do get a life, and I stalk them on Facebook, and then I reference to that. So.
Okay. I just didn't know how to do that second follow-up.
Yeah, I think that's something that comes in time, like with you getting more comfortable talking to people, because I think they created those scripts to just be a guideline to help you kind of get your footing and get comfortable with talking to people, so that you can kind of learn from that conversation. And then from then on, you know, just try to start to build a relationship with that person and talk to them, like just having a conversation and checking in. And if you just don't hear from them, then they just need to go on a list and check in with them like the next month. Like, okay, there's only so much you can do, like saying, hey, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yeah, because I had two girls, and both of them were like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And then, you know, I sent them all the way up to like the pricing, and then like I didn't hear anything, and then I was like, okay, so I sent the follow-up, and then I was like, well, I don't know where to go from there. Like, I don't know where to go from there, like after the initial follow, like I don't know where else to go at this point, I guess.
So whether if we like sent them just the pricing info, sometimes I just say like bring something up that's maybe on their profile page, like, hey, I saw y'all went to the zoo. I hope y'all had a great time. I was just thinking about you today and didn't know if you had a chance to read over that info I sent you. You know, what are your thoughts on it? Or something like that, like just to say hi, and did you have a chance to look at it? Or, you know, do you have questions for me? Or like, what do you think? Like, just kind of giving them a question that might entice them to answer you back.
Okay.
Jenny, do you have something else?
Yeah, I think that's so good. Like kind of mixing it. And one thing I would like to add about inviting, and I had added this on the boot camp, but I don't know if y'all saw, but when you come up with your list of people, if they went to your wedding if they went to your baby shower, if they are going to go to your birthday party, if you would want them at your funeral, you should invite them. Because I didn't do that in the beginning, and my sister-in-law signed up with me, and her grandma, her mom, her dad, her stepmom, her stepdad, like everyone signed up underneath her because I was too scared to ask, thinking, oh, well, they wouldn't want to do it. And then all those people did. So if someone that is important to you, that you would want to celebrate things with you, then that should be a person that you should be inviting and talking to.
Okay.
Don't let it scare you. You're just planting the seed.
Right, and I mean, I'm not scared of it. And I always respond with a question, but then it's like, and then I was like, okay, well, did you get my message? Or like, oh, did you have any questions? Or I was just following up, and then I see that they read it.
Yeah.
But then that's it. Like, I don't know what else to do. I guess I just don't know, like you said, I don't want to be that girl that's always asking them for something.
And so like how Annie said, like make a list, and that may be your list that you're going to go and comment or like the post. So maybe don't send them private messages anytime soon, but just, you know, show that,
Get
like,
on their
okay,
page.
yeah.
Okay.
I think too, if we post something, like from what I've seen, like, I mean, Stacey, if you put like a good post or something, then you catch their attention. And that's what I'm, I guess, hoping for, is that, okay, they didn't respond to my message or whatever, but if I post something and it's catching their eye, hopefully they'll be like, oh, you know, and say something, so that way I don't have to be kind of doing it. But
Yeah, that's for the posting of like making sure you have value to offer. So if someone's not responding to your messages, they see your post and they think, oh, that's a great idea. And then they kind of you kind of go along your path of like your top 5 things maybe of what you want to post about on your page. And so they know if they come to your page, you're going to help them with some nutrition. You're going to help them with workout tips. Like they know what you're going to be talking about on your page, and that will stay in their minds. When they're ready to do something, they'll think, oh yeah, Savannah has been doing those things she keeps asking me about. Maybe I should reach out to her, and it's time I get involved. Like that's kind of where you can't forget to offer value on your day-to-day posting so that they don't forget about you when they've stopped messaging you, kind of thing.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I got one lady and she was like, well, I don't like, what did she say? And I think I screenshot it to Stacey because I was like, what do I say to this? And then because she's like, well, I don't like shakes. And I'm like, well, what exactly do you not like about, like, is it,
That's perfect.
you know, the texture, or was it because you couldn't add anything? Like you can add fruit, or, you know, the cost of the shakes. And she was like, I forgot what she said, but she was just very vague on it. And then that's when Stacey's like, well, at least you're getting her to dig deep, and, you know, you're asking her questions so that way she could, you know, conversate with you instead of just saying no, you know, and stopping the conversation there. So I was trying to say if it was the cost and she just didn't want to say it was the cost, you know.
That's good.
But I gave her some more a script, but she hasn't responded yet. It was like dead air after that. So
Yeah, I will say this, if there's some YouTube people that say don't give them samples, some people say do. If you decide that you are going to give them a sample, like print off like your favorite shake. Because if you give someone a baggie of powder, they may put it in a bottle and add water and just shake it and drink it. And I mean, could they get it down? Yes. Is it that much more amazing when you do like half water, half almond milk with banana and peanut butter and cinnamon and blend it and drink it that way? Yes. So that would be my suggestion. If you had someone that was like the consistency or whatever, then try to cater a recipe around that. So.
okay. Yeah.
How do y'all feel about the Power of Threes tracker? Have y'all had a chance to look that over?
I just printed it out today. So I did look over it today, but I was like, well, it's a lot of information. So
yeah, so I'll share the screen and we can go over it real fast. Vision board. If you don't have a vision board, put it up. Can y'all see it okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I will say, I know I keep saying I will say this, but I know in the beginning when I started, I was like, 3 people, oh my gosh. Well, I just went through this surge where I literally had to invite 30 people for 10 days. So when you sit down and think, oh, I have to invite 3 people, just think, imagine inviting 30 people. And maybe that will make the 3 not seem so bad. But basically, so adding people to your network. Annie, I don't know if you're at your Super Saturday, if y'all, I'm sure you saw the video, but how this lady gave advice on not picking people that you share a lot of mutual friends with. Because when I started, it was suggested, oh, if you have 10 or more mutual friends, you should request them, but then that means that those people may be seeing the same post. So what she suggested, when you add people, hop onto their profile and see if it looks like someone that you would relate to. So like Vanessa, you shared you have 3 kids. Well, are you going to really be friends with someone that is, you know, in a sorority and is 21 years old? Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
people, connecting with people, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. So like, you see something on their face, and Annie, please feel free to interrupt me if you want to.
Yeah, you're doing good.
But you know, if you saw something on their Facebook over Easter, reaching out to them, starting the conversation that way. Sending an invite. So this is always nice once you've made those connections to hop back to those people. Follow-ups. Obviously, Annie did a really good job with that follow-up. Like, hey, saw that y'all did this, blah, blah, blah. And just checking to see, you know, if you got the message. Post on social media. So again, back to what Annie was talking about, adding value. So if you have workout, shake, and something else, you have to really think, okay, how much value did I add to that person's life? Business opportunity to 3 people. And then how we were talking about in the beginning, so your must. Okay, I should do this, but now I must do this. So I have to do my PD every day and my workouts and my shake. So, and then this just kind of breaks it down a little bit more, which I won't go into that because.
Yeah. So, Vanessa, if you look in the Power of Threes, all those pages after the chart, there's some follow-up, more like messages that may not be on the scripts in the drive, or you might get some ideas off of that too, a different way to talk to somebody. I really like the suggestions in that Power of Threes worksheet as well.
What I love about like all the groups that have been added, like everybody's so helpful. If you do get stuck and like you just post about it, somebody's like gonna help you.
Yeah,
so if
sure.
I don't find a script that I like or whatever, that's what's been helping.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So this week in the evenings, or whenever you get done, really, we would like you to take a picture of your Power of Threes to share with us, just to kind of help us all stay accountable with getting this done. Because if you're not in those conversations, the likelihood of someone saying, hey, I want to do what you're doing is very slim. Will it happen? Probably. You probably will have someone that will hop over your page and say, okay, girl, tell me what you're doing. But, you know, you got to.
Yeah, see, that's what I got with my very first like long journey thing. I got like 3 of them like, okay, well, go ahead and send me information. It was like a kind of like laughing, and then a lot of them did them with the private Facebook Messenger. And that's mainly my communication right now is through Facebook Messenger, and that's been the way that I've been tracking like who I've invited and who I haven't. And like I like it, but at the same time, I probably want to shift over to just regular like cell phone text message. But I'm not quite sure because sometimes you don't, they don't see it for a long time. It shows on there like they haven't read it, and so then you're like, well, did they get it or did they not get it?
Yeah. Have y'all done any of the voice Facebook messages?
No.
I would. Okay, this is our assignment. So Savannah, you send Annie one, and Vanessa, you send me one when we get off the call. And it could just be like, hey, I love purple unicorns. But if you go to your, I mean, you have to be, I think you have to be friends with the person, or maybe you don't. We can be friends if we're not friends. But you just go to your messenger and there's a microphone, and you have to hold it down, because once you let up, it sends it and there's no getting it back. And it goes for 1 minute. So just hold it down. And it's so nice because then they can hear the excitement in your voice. Because if you think about whenever you are in an argument with your husband or your boyfriend, or you're mad at him or whatever, and he sends you a text message, well, he may be coming across from a very like, hey, do you want me to pick up the kids from whatever? And you may read as, hey, do you want me to pick up the kids because, you know, you're too busy doing whatever, you know.
Yeah, you can read it.
Yeah, so they can hear your excitement, like, hey, Sarah, I just wanted to touch base with you. I'm so excited about our upcoming challenge group. I have 2 spots reserved, or I have 2 openings. Would love to reserve one. Can't wait to hear back from you.
And so that's just your voice, right? They can't
just
see
your
you?
voice. No, now there is a video one, but yeah.
Yeah, just a voice message.
I gotcha. Okay.
So that is tonight's assignment, for y'all to send me and Annie a voicemail and to print off your powers of 3s.
Yes. Okay. Sounds good.
So do you have any questions? Are y'all totally overwhelmed?
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
Oh no.
that's probably my fault because I don't know how to not talk.
You're good.
No? Oh. You're good, Vanessa? Okay. Well, Savannah, is there anything that we can clarify? Because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed.
No, I guess I just I'm eager to get the ball rolling, you know, and Stacy's like, it's going to come. But it's like, I guess how Vanessa was saying, then you're just like, okay, well, what do I do now to like keep it going? Because it seems like you get that initial interest and they seem like real gung-ho about it. You're like, okay, we're getting somewhere, and then nothing. And you're just like, ugh.
One thing
Maybe I didn't send the right script, you know?
Yeah.
Oh no. One thing I tell some of my coaches too is that like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't be talking to 3 people and just be waiting on those 3 people to purchase, because they may not ever talk to you again. So that's why following the power of 3s, or any tracker, or just friending people every day, it's important to send people a message every single day, whether it's just a hello or some invites, to have conversations going continuously all the time. Because if you're just like depending on someone that you reached out to last month, and you're just like, man, I'm not hearing back from them, or I haven't heard from them, they may never respond ever. So you have to be sure that you're not just like relying on that one person. Keep reaching out to other people, because it's like a snowball effect. You're going to talk to people in April, and they may not do anything until May or June. So you just have to keep the conversations going and keep reaching out to new people, because you just can't depend on that one person that was interested in February. They may never do anything. So it's a bummer that some people don't react so quickly. That's why you just have to keep moving and keep building relationships with more people, because they will eventually come around. It's kind of like tiresome that way, but it will happen. You just can't give up on the day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And really, do not overthink it. Like, don't overthink it. You're the product of the product. So when you do your workout, and when you do your personal development, that's giving you material for your post. So if there's something in your personal development that stood out to you, like, share that with the world. Like, and if people don't want to hear, like, people all the time give me a hard time, like, you're so happy all the time. Okay, well, if you don't want my happiness, then you don't have to
Go watch the news.
Yeah, I mean,
go watch the news. It's so depressing. I stopped watching it because it's just like there's so much negativity, and you know, there's nothing happy about it. Even the weather, you know.
Yeah.
So we're never happy. It's raining, or it's too hot, or it's windy, or something. We're always complaining.
Yeah.
So
So don't reinvent the wheel. Like Team VIP is so awesome. There's stuff out there, and tweak it and make it your own, but just don't overthink it.
Okay.
Well, we look forward to hearing our voice messages from y'all. Seeing your tracker throughout this whole week.
Yes. Reach
Yeah.
out to us on the boot camp or in Team VIP. There's lots of, if you have questions, just post away and somebody will give their best response.
Alrighty, thanks.
Well, y'all have a good night.
Y'all too.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.